Great morning to you all. I hope that you've all woken up grateful for your day. And I hope that you've reminded yourself of all of the things that you have to be grateful for. And I hope you've set yourself a high vibe. And I hope that when you're seeing any kind of limit, you're pushing past it. And I hope when you're seeing an obstacle, hey, you're taking the time to learn. When you're seeing any kind of setback, you're reassessing. All right? Redirecting your energies. And actually, you know something? Let me say this too. I hope when you see a limit, not only that you're pushing past it, but you're tapping into your creative power. Okay. And I hope that you're practicing the pause, no matter what is going on in your life. And I hope that you're taking the time to really be okay during everything. Because no matter what is happening, it is our own thoughts that will create feelings about whatever we are living. All right? So you got to be okay within yourself. And you got to accept things in your life for what they are and not what you wish them to be. You know, because a lot of us do it, eh? We sit there and we go, oh, well, I wish it was like this, or I wish it was like that, or, instead of accepting things for what they are. But all of that wishing things of regret, oh, well, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that, or da. That's a waste of energy. Because once you allow and accept things as they are, well, that changes everything. Because all that energy that's feeding off of itself and creating that negative state in that wishing state, hey, you could be doing other things with it. What do I mean by that? Well, hey, if you're not seeing things and accepting things in your life, well, then you're making excuses for it. You're holding blame. You're holding denial. You're holding guilt, shame. You're holding judgment. Because you can't hold any blame or shame or anything without having judgment. Because judgment fuels that stuff. Right? And there we go to attaching fear to it. And then what? The response to that is you're going to either fight it, you can either run from it, or you're going to stay stuck in it. So you got to accept things as they are and go on from there and create your change. Don't sit there and wish things to be what they aren't. A guaranteed way to make anything happen in your life is to own your power and make it happen. For you. But acceptance is key. And if you can't look at things, well, then you can't accept things. And it doesn't matter how hard things appear in our life. Acceptance of it from a loving state unshackles you to all of the negativity of it, no matter how hard it may be to live. Okay, but accepting things is key. It's really key, and we all do it. We all have a hard time accepting the things that happen. Seriously, we do. Because our own belief systems kick in, which manifest thoughts in our being, which then we amplify, and then it just produces feelings biologically. And there's no way that you will not be affected by that stuff. Because we all are. All of us. So acceptance is huge. And through acceptance and trust and the unconditional love that fuels you for your experience, you can unshackle yourself from all the negativity attached to any hard situation. It takes some time to do. And you have to be accepting that change is needed. And you have to be accepting of certain things that you've been carrying in your being that are harming you. And you have to be accepting of whatever it may be. And a lot of things happen in our life that make us fearful. But you got to remove that fear and be accepting of the situation. What do I mean? Well, health concerns that come up can make us fearful. Betrayals of other beings can make us fearful. Doubts of any kind can make us fearful. Just the programs we watch can make you fearful. There's all kinds of stuff that can make you fearful. Hey, great morning, Smitty. Love ya. Happy to see you out here, bro. Seriously, have a magical day. But there's all kinds of stuff that'll make a fearful state happen, and then you're going to react to that. But how do you remove that? You would be accepting, no matter of what. You deal with things head on. You have to. No fear. Acceptance of anything and all things. And that's really sometimes difficult to do. But you can tell yourself good things. And you can get over just about anything. Seriously. But don't sit there wishing things to be different in your life. Don't sit there wishing for yourself to be different. Don't sit there wishing for others to be different. Don't sit there wishing you had a better job. Don't sit there wishing all kinds of crap into your life. See things for what they are. You accept them as they are. And from there, that's when you can make some changes. You need to take the energy away from all of these negative assumptions and illusions to everything. Take that power from it and put it somewhere positive by telling yourself good things. Primarily accept things for what they are and not what you wish them to be. So, if you see somebody showing you their own free will, do not make excuses for that. Accept it for what it is, no matter what title is attached to them. Everybody has free will and choice. If you are aware of the own energy that you are projecting, and you are maintaining positivity within your being, and you know you're being loving, no matter what, well then every interaction, situation, circumstance, and person in your life, accept them for who they are. And accept them for their free will of choice. And don't wish for anything to be different. Because it's all for learning. Embrace that stuff. And don't have any negativity flow through your being about anything that is happening outside of you. You are only responsible for your own being. You are not responsible for the choices and free will of another being. Yes, we're all connected. Yes, things can affect you, but only to the magnitude of which you give them meaning in your life. I did a live on that the other day. I'll remind you guys all in this live now. Whatever means something to you is to which the magnitude, the same magnitude of which it means to you. Okay, so something means a lot to you? Well, then it can affect you a lot. Seriously. But what do you give meaning to in your life? Because then you give meaning to things in your life, but then you wish them to be different instead of acceptance of what it is. Got to take a look at that stuff. And you got to really accept things for how they are. And don't give things so much meaning in your life. That may sound cold to some, but listen, you just got to love somebody enough to let them be. Seriously. No matter what title it is, or no matter, because people affect us. Situations affect us. Interactions affect us, but only to the magnitude in which they mean to you. That's it. Let me give a perfect example today. We've all worked. We work. We've got bosses. Unless you're running your own company, okay, which I've done also and which I'm doing. So, okay, look. You have an interaction with your boss that doesn't make you feel so right inside of your being. So your mind starts playing games with you, feeding you negative thoughts, and then you ride on those because you don't stop those and correct them, so they start manifesting on their own. Okay? But take that step back. Instead of sitting there in that negative pool of the feeling of that negative interaction that made you feel like that, you can take a step back and go, okay, I can accept this for what it is and who that being is. Which it may have been thrown your way or directed by you, but you do not have to be affected by it, because you don't need to let that boss mean anything in your life other than, hey, he's a boss. He can still have that title, but hold no meaning for you. You get it? Holds no meaning, can't affect you. Hold meaning for the things that actually mean something in your life. Because as all of these little things mean something to you and you're so afflicted and affected by it, you're not seeing things for what they are. And while you're in these emotional states of non-acceptance of what things are, or you can't feel stable in your own being to listen and hear anything coming at you, so you feel that, affected by it, hey, accept the things for what they are and not what you wish them to be. And don't be affected by things that shouldn't hold meaning to that extent in your life. You should have meaning for yourself in your life first, primarily. You should mean enough to yourself to not let people, situations, circumstances affect you. Yes, you can be loving. You can care about somebody. But in that, there's no negativity. And there's an acceptance of what it is. And you have to be accepting of stuff. Because if you're not accepting of stuff, well, then you're on the other side of the playing field, which is denial, shame, blame, judgment, all of that. So this is why I keep encouraging everybody to get it right within their being. And hey, be unconditionally loving to yourself primarily, no matter what person, situation, circumstance you're dealing with, and no matter what title you choose to give them, because you're only being affected by it to the same magnitude that you give it meaning, which is unique to your being. Because I can guarantee the things that mean something to you definitely don't mean anything to me. And the things that mean something to me definitely don't mean anything to you. Because that's personal. Okay? Seriously, you gotta check that stuff. Because too often we are being affected by non-acceptance because we like to give excuses and our brain likes to do, the easiest thing possible for us, right? So it's gonna govern where it puts its energies and how it. What's the easiest for you? Well, the same reactions and the same way it's been affecting you all your life. That's what's easiest for you. Acceptance of things changes the game. But what's the biggest acceptance that you need to accept is your own being. Accept who you are. Accept your rightful place, your ownership of your space on this planet. And that's all you're responsible for. But everything is for learning. Seriously. Like, if I couldn't accept who I was, come on, do you think I would have been able to stay alive as long as I have, no matter what? I had to accept myself wholeheartedly, unconditionally, no matter what. Hey, taking a look at who I was all my life and all the shit I was carrying within my being was very hard to do. But now I'm here. I accept every single thing as it is. I don't add to it. I see it for what it is. I don't make excuses for it. I don't blame. I don't shame. I don't judge. I don't deny. None of that. What do? I sit and I be unconditionally loving to myself primarily and accept who I am as a being and understand that I can create my being to be exactly how I want it to be today. Because why? I've been given a gift of life again today, which I'm grateful for. And there's nothing that could happen outside of me that is greater than the power of my soul that's giving me life. So I will own my space on this planet, in my being, to be okay at all times. And I will accept anything coming my way, because I understand clearly that it can only affect me to the same magnitude of which I give it meaning to me. You know, my mother told me this a long time ago, and I've been applying it in my life a long time. You know, when you're looking at a situation, ask yourself, is it life-threatening to you? Is it harming you physically? If not, well, then it's really not a big deal, no matter what it is. Okay? And we all get affected by things because we give all kinds of things false meanings in our life. You can get past that stuff. Be accepting of your being completely. Own who you are. Own your weird. Own your crazy. Own what you feel not so good to be about whatever. Listen, own all that shit. And wear it proudly. Don't wear a mask anytime you got to be in front of this buddy or that buddy, and you change your character and your positioning and your... Nah, listen, hey, everybody knows Tobi is Tobi across the board. I don't care if it's standing in front of the Pope. I will be Tobi. There's no changing character depending on the groups that I go around, or depending on if I'm in front of the doctor, or if I'm in front of my parents, or none of that shit. My family knows exactly who I am because I accept and own my being. And I don't shy away from that. I own my energy of who I am. And I don't wish myself to be any different. Honestly, I don't. Maybe people wish that I were different, but that doesn't affect me because that doesn't mean anything to me, what people think. Seriously. Perfect example. If it means something to you that what people think, well, then what people think will affect you. Simple. So, get it right within your being. Acceptance is key. Seriously. Anyways, guys, it's Friday. TGIF. I want you guys all to set a high vibe for the weekend. Be grateful. Be grateful you're alive. Seriously. I know I am. Each and every day. And I accept it open-heartedly to get the most out of my experience. Understanding I do have a creative power, and I'm sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves me no matter what I choose to do today. So that frees me from so much. And I'm accepting of that. So I wish you all to be accepting in your life. Accepting of your own being first. Don't let other things mean so much to you, to the magnitude that they can affect you. Be accepting of every learning that could possibly come your way. Because if you deny learning, you're denying lessons and you're denying messages. And then what happens? Well, you get caught in reoccurring cycles because you haven't picked up the learning. Hey, great morning, love. Have a great day. I love you loads. Anyway, I'm coming off here. But you guys can, Paris, you can catch the rerun of it if you want. I'm going to hop off here. I've been on for about 25 minutes. It was a hot live yesterday, you guys. I hope you got a chance to see it. There were a couple of people that came out. It was quite something. Yeehaw! Yesterday was great. All right. So, just a little, be accepting. Guys, when you see a limit, seriously tap into your creative power. And when you see an obstacle, take the time to learn. Because you really need something. You're missing something. And don't look too hard for the answers. Trust your soul to guide you. The energy of your being was first. Be aware of your energy. Be accepting of what it is that you're made of and what you're powered and sourced by. Be accepting of change for better in your life. Hey, love you, Smitty. Have a great day. I'm happy that you were out here this morning. But honestly, guys, accept yourself and love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. How do you do that? Well, stop shaming yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Stop disrespecting yourself. Stop telling yourself bad things. Stop telling others bad things about you. What do I mean? Oh, okay, well, I've seen way too many people sit there and do something and then, oh, I'm so stupid, or oh, I'm so this, or oh, I'm so, and they talk shit about themselves. It drives me nuts. Don't do that to yourself. Be empowering with every word that you speak about your being. Be accepting that what you fuel by your words, you are commanding to be. You are manifesting. That's why words, spelling, you are casting spells on yourself. So when you speak highly of yourself all the time. There's a reason why I say these things. It's not just to come out here and blah, blah, blah. You have to be aware of your being, the energy that you carry, the frequency that you're projecting. Be accepting of your being in totality. And I mean everything. Example? Oh, well, I like this, but I don't like that. Or I like that, or I don't. No. You have to be loving to your being. Every bit of it. Unconditionally. Wholeheartedly. Be loving in all that you say and you do. All right? Practice the pause. But most of all, be accepting of what others are showing you. Do not make excuses for it. Don't allow them or their free will of choices to affect your wellness. Accept that everybody has a free will and everybody has a choice. Okay? And don't harness yourself to anybody else's free will and choice. Don't let it mean so much that it affects you. Ever. Be accepting of your wellness. Be accepting of the ownership of your being. Because that's huge. How do you do that? Well, hey, you gotta look at yourself. And you gotta love what you may believe is unlovable about you. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Wholeheartedly. Because that's what's fueling you for your existence here. Unconditional, infinite love, which, the power of the all-knowing. Whoa, the power of the all-knowing, guys. Be accepting of that. Simple. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Set a high vibe. Why? Because you matter the most in your experience. How could you not? Simple. How could you not matter the most while you are governing your being in this experience? How could that not matter? Be accepting of that. Seriously. Guys, I love you all. You're sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves you no matter what. Okay, so get it right. Acceptance of your being will help you maneuver right. All right? Seriously. Make better choices for your own being. Be accepting of learning. Be accepting of love in your life. Be accepting of gratitude. Hold space for that kind of stuff. How do I do it? Well, hey, I hold so much gratitude in my heart for every single moment that I'm given. That, okay, things happen. But I'm accepting of everything and anything. No matter what it is. I'm down. Because I know what's fueling me. And I know I'm here for a reason. And I know that I can get through anything. So therefore, I know it's very possible for every single person on the planet, should they choose and accept it for themselves. That's the thing. Right? Anyway, I love you all. Have a magical weekend. Get the most out of it. Be loving in everything that you say and do for yourself first. All right? Have a great one. Peace.